You don't notice the moment your body starts giving up on you. It's quiet. No alarms, no warning, just small things you ignore. A tighter chest, a little less breath, a pain that stays longer than it should. And you tell yourself, it's nothing. My name is Victor. I'm 91 years old, and I'm sitting here in a quiet kitchen watching my hand shake while holding a cup of coffee I can barely lift anymore. I used to carry steel beams on my shoulders. Now I struggle with a glass of water. That's how it happens. Not all at once. Not dramatically. Slowly. Quietly. Daily. You think your body is strong because it hasn't failed yet. That's the illusion. You think you can smoke a little longer? Eat whatever you want. Sleep less. Ignore the signs. You think strength means invincibility. It doesn't. Truth is, strength just delays the bill. I believed that lie for 60 years. I worked construction, hard labor, dust in my lungs, weight on my back, pain I wore like a badge. And I was proud of it because I felt strong. But feeling strong and being safe are not the same thing. Your body doesn't betray you. It remembers everything. Every cigarette, every ignored pain. Every night you said, I'll deal with it later. Later, that word will ruin your life if you let it. I used to say it all the time. Later, I'll rest. Later, I'll check that pain. Later, I'll slow down. But later is where everything starts to break. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late to fix what you ignored. There was a man I worked with back in 1978. His name was Jack. We were on a construction site just outside Cleveland. Cold mornings, steel beams, the kind of wind that settles in your chest. Jack was stronger than all of us. Big hands, loud laugh. The kind of man who made pain look like a joke. He'd light a cigarette before even picking up his tools. Said it opened up his lungs. We all laughed. He coughed a lot too. Deep, heavy coughs. But every time someone told him to get it checked, he'd wave it off. Relax, he'd say. I'm built for this. One winter morning, something was off. He climbed the scaffolding like always. Then he stopped halfway, just stood there, holding the rail. I asked if he was okay. He didn't answer. Then he slowly sat down right there on the steel. No drama, no noise. Just sat. Like his body decided it was done listening to him. We got him down and called an ambulance. Weeks later, we heard the truth. His lungs were destroyed. Years of dust, smoke, and ignoring it. The doctor told him, if you came earlier, we could have done something. But he didn't come earlier because he felt strong. Because he believed the same lie you believe right now. If it's serious, I'll feel it. No. By the time you feel it, it's already been growing. I visited him once. He looked smaller, like life had shrunk him from the inside. He grabbed my hand and said, I thought I had time. He died that same year. And the scariest part, for a few days I was careful. Then I went right back to my habits. Because that's what you do. You see the warning, and you convince yourself it's about someone else. That won't happen to me. That sentence has buried more people than disease ever did. I wish I could tell you I learned from Jack. I didn't. I went back to work the next week. Same habits. Same excuses. Cigarettes during breaks. Fast food in the truck. Pain in my chest I called fatigue. Because I still felt strong. That's the dangerous part. Feeling fine is the most convincing lie your body tells you. Years passed. I made money, paid the bills, kept moving. From the outside, I looked like a man doing everything right. Inside, I was ignoring everything that mattered. I remember one night, I came home late, exhausted. My son was sitting on the couch, waiting for me. He asked if I could come outside with him for a bit. Just that. Nothing big. And I said no. I said I was too tired. I said maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow. He stopped asking after that. That moment sounds small, but that's how loss works. Not in explosions. In quiet, repeated absences. You don't lose your life all at once. You lose it in pieces you don't notice. My health followed the same pattern. Small warnings, shortness of breath, pain that stayed longer, energy that didn't come back. And every time, I'll check it later. I never did. Until one day, my body didn't ask anymore. It forced me to stop. Hospital room, white walls, machines making decisions I should have made years before. That's when it hit me. You don't get away with neglect. You just delay the consequences. All those years, I thought I was building something, a career, stability, a future, but your career will replace you in a week. Your body won't. Everything I worked for, it didn't sit next to me in that hospital room. Just me. And everything I ignored. Stop negotiating with your health. You will lose every time. Stop calling damage normal. Stop waiting for a warning that feels serious enough. Wake up, because the cost isn't just pain. It's moments you don't get back. People you slowly lose. A life that shrinks while you're still alive. And the worst part, you'll understand all of this when you can't change it anymore. At 91, everything becomes simple. Not easy. Simple. All the noise disappears, and you're left with what actually mattered. If I could give you anything, it would be this. What you repeat becomes your future, not what you plan. What you do on a random day, that's your life. Your body is not a tool. It's your only home. You don't push through it. You either take care of it, or you slowly lose access to your own life. And later is a lie. There is no future version of you coming to fix this. There's just you, repeating or changing. So do this. Pick one thing you've been delaying. A call, a checkup, a walk, an apology, and ask yourself, what if this is the last time I get to do this? You'll move differently. Because when you feel the end, you finally understand the value. The scariest part isn't death. The scariest part is realizing you had control and didn't use it. So don't wait. Because one day, you'll sit exactly where I am, holding something you can barely lift, thinking about everything you thought you had time for. And the question that will stay with you is this. Did you take care of the only life you were given? Or did you slowly trade it away? Tell me, what's one thing you know you shouldn't ignore anymore?